In the picturesque town of Everdale, 3 lives were intertwined in a tale of love, heartbreak, and fate. Ethan was a charismatic and kind-hearted young man who had always been admired by many, but 2 women in particular loved him deeply, Sophia and Isabella. Sophia was a gentle and caring woman with a heart full of love. She and Ethan had grown up together, their friendship evolving into something deeper over the years. They shared countless memories, childhood adventures, teenage dreams, and the promise of a future together. Isabella, on the other hand, was fiery and passionate. She was beautiful, ambitious, and determined to get what she wanted. From the moment she met Ethan, she became infatuated with him. She saw him as the perfect man, the one who could complete her. But unlike Sophia's selfless love, Isabella's love was possessive. Ethan had always been drawn to Sophia's kindness and sincerity. He respected Isabella, but his heart belonged to Sophia. It was in her presence that he felt peace, in her laughter that he found happiness. One evening, under the golden hues of a setting sun, Ethan finally confessed his love to Sophia. "I have always loved you, Sophia," he whispered, his eyes filled with emotion. "Will you be mine?" Tears welled up in her eyes as she nodded. "Yes, Ethan, I have loved you forever." But in the shadows, Isabella watched, her heart breaking into pieces. Months passed, and Ethan and Sophia's love blossomed. Their wedding was a grand affair, filled with joy, laughter, and the promise of a beautiful future. Sophia, in her white gown, looked ethereal as she walked down the aisle toward the man she loved. Isabella stood at the back, gripping the seat so tightly that her knuckles turned white. She wanted to scream, to stop the ceremony, to make Ethan see that he was making a mistake. After the wedding, Ethan and Sophia began their married life with love and happiness. Their home was filled with warmth, and soon they received the most wonderful news. Sophia was pregnant. Ethan was overjoyed, and they eagerly awaited the arrival of their child. But for Isabella, this news was the final straw. She had lost Ethan forever, and now he was going to have a family with Sophia. The bitterness in her heart grew stronger, twisting her love into hatred. Isabella's love had turned into a dangerous obsession. She couldn't stand to see them happy, and she refused to let Sophia have everything she had ever wanted. That's when a dark idea took root in her mind. One evening she visited Sophia under the pretense of mending their broken friendship. "I want to put the past behind us," Isabella said with a forced smile. "Let's be friends again." Sophia, always kind-hearted, believed in second chances. She welcomed Isabella into her home, unaware of the poison hiding in Isabella's purse. As they sat in the cozy living room, Isabella poured tea for both of them, secretly adding the deadly poison to Sophia's cup. She handed it to her, her hands trembling slightly, but her mind was set. Just as Sophia was about to take a sip, Ethan walked into the room. His sharp eyes immediately noticed something was off. He had always been wary of Isabella's jealousy, and in that moment, he felt an instinctual urge to stop Sophia. "Wait," he said suddenly, taking the cup from her hands. He looked at Isabella, his eyes narrowing. "What's in this?" Isabella's face turned pale. "It's just tea," she stammered, but her voice lacked confidence. Ethan, suspicious, knocked the cup over, letting the liquid spill onto the floor. The sight of Isabella's horror-stricken face confirmed his worst fears. "You tried to kill her?" he said, his voice filled with anger and betrayal. "You were going to kill my wife and child!" Sophia gasped, realizing the truth. Her heart ached at the thought of Isabella's hatred, but more than that, she was terrified of what could have happened. Isabella broke down into sobs. "I loved you, Ethan," she cried. "I loved you so much. But you never saw me. You never gave me a chance. I couldn't let her have you. Ethan shook his head. Love isn't about possession, Isabella. You let your jealousy destroy you. Isabella was devastated. Her plan had failed, and now Ethan despised her. She had lost everything, her love, her dignity, and the last bit of kindness left in her heart. Sophia, though hurt, couldn't bring herself to hate Isabella. I wish things had been different, she said softly. Ethan ensured Isabella left their lives for good. But the incident changed her. She spent months reflecting on her actions, haunted by guilt. She realized that what she had felt for Ethan was never true love. It was a selfish obsession. One day she returned, not to beg for forgiveness, but to make amends. I was wrong, she admitted, looking at Ethan and Sophia. I let my jealousy blind me. I hope one day you can forgive me. Sophia, always compassionate, gave her a small smile. We can't change the past, but I hope you find peace. Isabella left that day, determined to become a better person. Time passed, and Isabella worked on healing herself. She moved to another town, started a new life, and slowly, she let go of her bitterness. One day she met someone, Daniel. He was nothing like Ethan, yet he made her feel something she had never felt before. He saw her, truly saw her, not as an afterthought, but as someone worth loving. Daniel wasn't perfect, but he was kind, patient, and he loved Isabella for who she was. For the first time, she experienced love that wasn't fueled by jealousy or obsession. It was real, genuine, and peaceful. Slowly, she fell for him. And when Daniel proposed, she didn't hesitate. She had finally found the love she had always longed for. Ethan and Sophia welcomed their baby, a beautiful daughter named Lily. Their love only grew stronger, proving that true love is built on trust, patience, and understanding. And in another town, Isabella stood at the altar, looking at the man who had changed her life. As she said, "I do," she realized that love had finally found her. Not in the way she'd expected, but in the way it was always meant to be. Sometimes love isn't about getting what we want, but about finding what we truly need.